We're in the car going for a quick little short local little frolic down the road, down the A13 from where I live up to see Ali over at the lovely Retro Hunter and Leon C to see what fantastic goodies he's got. He's had a lot of trade-ins. He's got a lot of stuff there which I want. And in the back of the car, I have got some games that I don't want, some stuff to get rid of, some stuff for me to trade in. And I'm going to see what goodies I can find. Let's get going, shall we? Woohoo! And we're back, returned back to the games room with goodies in hand, of course, from our fantastic road trip. Very short but oh so sweet. Over to Ali's shop, Retro Hunter and Leon C in Essex. I'm assuming everyone knows the store and has been there, especially if you're from Essex. But perhaps you're from Kent, from Suffolk, some of the surrounding areas in London, and you want to know, is the trip worth it for you guys? Well, from the footage yourself, you can see he's got fantastic stuff in store. It's definitely worth it. So I'll put an address link into the description box. So click that little drop down arrow below. You can copy and paste that link into your web browser or into your Google Maps, and make sure you go and check him out, because Ali is a fantastic guy. I've known him for a long time. You probably hear me talk about the Retro Hunter a lot in all of my pickups, but I haven't actually done any videos or posted any pictures of the store, so I thought it'd be fantastic to show you guys today what he has got. And the store is forever evolving, forever growing, expanding, stock changing, and he's really good with his social media. Check him out on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. He will generally try his best. He can't put everything on. He obviously works very, very hard. He's just had a baby as well, but he works long hours after the store's closed. He tries to upload his stuff, which he's got in for that day. And obviously it's not guaranteed. It's completely up to discretion of the store owner, but he will do his best to, you know, message back, say how much things are, and potentially put something to one side. That's not obviously guaranteed, because someone could come in that moment and buy something and it won't be possible. So it completely depends, but make sure you go and check him out. I mean, the footage alone, he's got such great stuff. That is my closest local shop, and where I generally get most of my retro games from, trading in as well. And that's what I did today. So I traded some games in which I no longer wanted. Generally I have an area allocated to so much game space for each console, and once that's full up, if I know I'm not going to play a game again, or I've completed it, or it doesn't have special place in my heart, I will move it on. So that's what I did today. I knew what I was going to do with the trading value, which I'll show you in a moment, but what I went there for originally, which Ali kindly put to one side for me, was the fantastic Hogs of War on the PS1. Now, I've heard a lot about this game. I've seen Mike, Retro Gamer Boy, play it. Lots of people have played it and streamed it. If you're not familiar with the game, I mean, I haven't played it myself. I don't remember having it or knowing much about it. It's basically like an open world Worms, I believe. It looks fantastic graphics. It looks like a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of, I don't know if it's turn-based or not, but yeah, let me know. Have you played Hogs of War? I know it's a fantastic game. I've been very patient. Didn't go to CEX, didn't go to eBay. I've wanted this for many, many months. Just wait for it to come along, and patience paid off. It came in stock. I messaged Ali, and he was kind enough to put it to one side for me. So thank you so much for that. What I originally went in there for was for a Master System. Now I have a lot of consoles plugged in, ready to go. I don't actually own a Master System or a converter for that fact. I've got in front of me a lot of old stuff like Atari, Commodore 64, Dragon, Spectrum, etc. Which I've only got into recently, because generally I will play the arcade games in Neon Nights. You saw as I was panning the camera up at the start of the video to the shop next to Retro Hunter was the Neon Nights that has closed down. So generally I was playing, you know, original hardware or jammer cabs, playing the actual proper games, and the ports, let's be honest, the early ports weren't that great, so I generally have steered away from them. However, circumstances have changed. The arcade is now no longer available to me, so I thought I'll start getting into some of these ports and some of the earlier stuff. So the earlier stuff's there off camera to the left below, where the other couple of screens are. But behind me, you guys probably can't see, ready to go, plugged in, I've got PS2, Xbox 360, N64, NES, original Xbox, Wii, SNES, PS1, GameCube. All those consoles get used all the time, which are behind me. But like I said, I don't have a Master System, and I've been doing these high score challenges. I'll put some fun nows up there at the moment. They're coming to a close. The final will be in a couple of weeks' time. So it's a last round if you do want to get involved. It's very simple. Each week I've been grabbing a different game, an easily accessible, cheap game, under £10. Put in the terms and conditions, saying what you must do. I'll upload my score, saying this is what you've got to do to beat it. And it's been really fun. Lots of other tubers and gamers have got involved. And each of the weekly winners will go into the final. And whoever wins it will be crowned High Score Champion 2022. Get bragging rights and a fantastic trophy. So who can't complain about that one? And yeah, we've been playing Rampage. So for this week, if you want to get involved with the original Rampage, which I think was in a Master System, or you can play it like I did through the PS2 version, because it's got the old games on it. and it's on the Wii. Forgotten what it's called. It's down here. Rampage Total Destruction. So it's got the original Rampage, and it's also got World Tour for PS1. It's very good. But anyway, I'm digressing. Back to the pickups from the Retro Hunter. So that was why, anyway, while I was blabbering on, that's why I wanted a Master System. I had, when I was younger, a Master System. I thought I had this one, but perhaps I've got a bit of a corrupt memory, and maybe a friend had it, or maybe it's at, you know, so I used to stay at my mum's house and my dad's house. Got 3 sisters. Maybe one of the sisters had it, because I thought I had this one, but I was talking to Ali. I know you can get Sonic, which is what's on here, Alex Kidd. Can't remember what the other games were on there. But anyway, I was adamant I had Hang On, a Super Hang On it. And he said, yeah, that was on the Mark 1, which I didn't think I owned, but I must have done. So all of my consoles, I've maintained and held on to none. I've had to rebuy all of them. They've all been lost through many house moves over times, which is painful, but never mind. So yeah, that's what I went there to pick up. I could have just from the trade-ins alone got this, but I knew the Hogs of War. I was hoping the Hogs of War was still there, and it was. So I picked those up. We've got all the leads as well. We've got the controller, and you can see on that video all the consoles that was there. I picked up most of the stuff before I started filming, so you guys may not have actually have seen these there ready to go. There were some people in the store, and it was a bit of a relaxed visit. Obviously, Ali's just had a newborn baby, so he's a bit tired. I didn't want to bother him, so I just filmed and tried not to film anyone else. So it was more of a relaxed visit. It wasn't necessarily planned or announced with that footage that I could show you guys. Another game which I picked up, I generally pick up a lot of box games. I say a lot of box, what I mean is cardboard box games from there. I haven't been picking up a lot of Xbox or 360 stuff from there lately, but I have actually got some from my previous pickups that I've done from the Retro Hunter. I've actually got some box GameCube games, so I'm going to show you those as well. But I tend to have phases of what I'm buying. I like to pick up a lot of SNES, N64, generally a lot of Mega Drive is what I've been picking up lately. And I've not been picking up any N64 games, but we had some fantastic games. I'll show you that one. So had some fantastic games in store. You had Excitebike 64, which I wanted. Then there's Silicon Valley or something like that, which I hadn't seen, which looked like a lot of fun. But I'm not going to lie to you, the money is tight in the Marathon Gaming household this month, so I needed to be really reserved, really calm and calculated with my pickups. So I had to put some stuff back, otherwise the wife would have bloody killed me. So out of the 3 N64 games I picked up, I managed to choose Snowboard Kids for the N64, because I love some snowboarding games. I haven't played this, but I've heard a lot about it, and I haven't picked up an N64 box game for a very long time, but I have moved on some games, so there's 1 or 2 spaces left on the shelf, so I thought I could definitely pick up an N64 game. What is fantastic with Ali, all of his games come in either, if it's a cardboard box for the old, earlier generations, it'd be a rigid box protector. It's how I tell if I've got something from Ali or from somewhere else, because he always, even on the the solid cases like the PlayStation, the Cubes and PS2s and Xboxes, he puts his little plastic cases on there, little covers, which is fantastic. So that's how I know I've got those stuff from there. Now here's a game which I wasn't definitely wasn't looking for it, because I haven't heard of it. An EA game for the Sega Mega Drive. I love my Mega Drive, and I've just moved on to Ali a few Mega Drive games, so I know I've got some space on the shelf for a few more. So I thought I'd have a look, see if anything caught my eye. Now Fatal Rewind, didn't know anything about this, but it really looked like a bit of me. Enter the killing game show where first prize your life, escape the rising acid by climbing, jumping and blasting your way to the top of 12 pits. Rewind, now that's ahead of its time. Rewind and retry unsuccessful escape attempts. That's more of a Switch feature. But yeah, it looks like a run and gun side-scrolling shooter, which looked really cool. So I thought, do you know what, I'll pick that up. You might be able to get it cheaper on eBay, you might be able to get it cheaper on CEX, but you'll have to pay, obviously, for the postage. And when you're in store, not only are you supporting your local retro gaming shops, but you also get to inspect the actual condition of it and decide if you want it. So, yeah, you might be able to get it for £1 or 2 cheaper online or from CEX, but I know this is complete. I know it's got a manual, because I'm able to have a little look at checking that in store. So I picked that one up, which I was very happy with. Now, from today's visit, there was one other game before I show you what I got past fortnight ago when I visited Ali at the Retro Hunter, and that is a Nintendo Switch game. His Switch section is expanding. There's not a lot of modern in there, and why would there be? It's a Retro Hunter. He's got games, toys and all sorts, but I always look for any game which I've not heard of or obscure or anything that's cheap. And this was £6, guys. Red Rogers Radical Edition. I know nothing about it. If I see a Switch game under £10, I've been doing lots of Switch pickups lately. I mean, I even said about that game, Don't Feed the Monkeys, which is under 10 quid. And a couple of other guys like Ali at 16 Bits and Bobs, another Ali. He went and brought it from seeing the footage. Because generally with my pickups, obviously this is a shop tour a bit differently. But generally with my pickups, I'll show some gameplay while I'm talking about it. And, you know, to show you guys firsthand. So yeah, I digress again. Anything under like £10 for the Switch, I can't ignore it. So I thought I'll pick that one up. Now, Snowball Kids, can't get over that. Guys, let me know if you've played any of these games, whether they're hits or misses for you. Does this really like hit any of the nostalgia nerves? Does this get the hairs standing on your arm? Or are some of these just crap? You can be honest. Let me know in the comments, please. Let me know what you guys think. I've been wrong many a time in my selection, and I'll be wrong many times more. Now here's some stuff. Again, I noticed from Ali because it's all protected and he looks after his stuff. Here's some GameCube games. So this must be when I was on a GameCube phase. They're all generally under £10 games. The first one is £10, the most expensive. It's Resident Evil. Now, I've been really liking my horror games. I've got a horror game on the Switch. You might have saw it from the pickup video I'd done yesterday, or the day before. Oxide Room 104. I love my horror games. I've been playing Silent Hill. I was talking to Ollie over at Retro Revival, because he's a big horror fan, and I was talking to him while I was playing the game. I was going through it. I couldn't get to the end. I really struggled. So I'm going to play all the Silent Hills. Resident Evil, I got rid of my first copy. I played some of that. Didn't enjoy it as much as I was hoping I would have enjoyed it or remembered that I would. But I've got Resident Evil 2 to play next. And if I see it for a good price, there's so many different Resident Evil editions. They really did do well and clear up, didn't they, with the market. So there's loads on the GameCube, etc., on the Xbox 360. But I didn't have this one, so I picked that one up. Box complete for £10. Now, here's a game which was an arcade game. So 18-wheeler. I had this when I was younger, originally for the GameCube. It's only £8. I didn't really play it in the arcade, I don't think. It's got the big wheel on it, if you do remember seeing that. But this was a fun game, and I thought, yeah, for under £10. I mean, that and these next couple of games, the reason why I picked them up is I thought I could do the next high score challenge on it. But, you know, I might save that for next year. So Burnout, the Burnout game's fantastic. This game's only £5, £5 for a GameCube game. So I couldn't put that down. So when I saw that in Ali's shop, I had to grab it, and I thought it'd be quite fun to see who can get the highest crash, the highest damage crash. I thought it would be a good laugh for a little challenge with some of the guys online. And then Reckless, the Yakuza missions. If I pronounce that incorrect, I apologise. English is not my first language. Now, it is my first language. I'm a bit slow. Now, that is what I've got. So I would love to know your thoughts, guys, on any of these games. So yeah, that was what I got previously. And then today, like I said, I had to be very reserved with the cash and put a couple of games back. But it's always like that whenever I visit. But I hope you enjoyed seeing what he had in store. Please go and check him out. Ali is one of the most genuine, nicest people you would meet. A really, really top store owner. He literally came into the business because he's a real people person. He loves the interaction. He loves the community aspect of it. He was a game hunter and collector himself. Doesn't need to do that anymore because people come to him. And obviously he's living out his dream of what he wanted to do, which is working with retro games and talking to people who share the same passion and interest that he does. Of course, I didn't want to film him or disrupt him today because I didn't let him know that I wanted to do any filming until I got there. So I didn't want to put him on the spot or make him feel awkward, even though he's a good friend of mine. I just didn't want to put him in that position. So what I would say, guys, if you do want to see more, or you want to see Ali or more of the shop, what I would say is head over to my friend Rob, the Essex Retro Gamer. I'll put a link in my description to his channel, or I'll tag him in it, because he did about 6 to 12 months, maybe a year ago, he actually did a shop tour with Ali. I think it might have been during COVID. He did a proper shop tour and he did some questions at the end. That's a fantastic video, so I'll put a link in that, so make sure you go and check him out. Funny video about Rob, Essex Retro Gamer, actually, to end this video on. Rob, when I went to the store, I wasn't sure if Ali put this to one side for me, because he didn't message me back. So, you know, if it's gone, it's gone. That's just how things are, you know. And he said, oh, luckily Rob came in, and he said, oh, shouldn't you put that to one side for Scott? And he went, oh yeah, and he did. So I just want to say thank you, Rob, for that. Of course, if someone came in, it would have triggered a memory, and he probably would have said, sorry, it's sold, but then they might have been a bit upset. So thank you very Rob for that. Thank you very much, Rob, for that. Down to favour. Now, I have returned the favour today because it's quite funny. I said, oh, when Rob came in and said that, did he pick up the Master System converter? And he went, oh, same thing, ran around and grabbed it. And I'll take a picture of just to prove it. And he said, don't wind him up, don't troll him. But yeah, it's only a bit of fun. So he's done me a favour, I've done him a favour. So we returned the favour. So I thought that was quite a funny story. So he went round and he grabbed him, our system converter. But yeah, anyway, that is the end of the video, guys. Make sure you check out all my back catalogue. There's lots of stuff there, lots of great different series that I've been doing. So please check that out. And make sure you go and see Ali at the Retro Hunter. Say Scott at Marathon Gaming sent you there. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. If you're what I call a silent subscriber, please get involved and make sure you leave a comment for me. It'd be really appreciate that. It'd be nice to chat to you and see who's watching. Also, the statistics do show that only 50% of people that watch my videos are actually subscribers. So say 50 or 100 people watch that, only half of them will watch that. So only 25 or 50. Quick maths, guys. Now, please subscribe. If you like what I do, please subscribe. I understand if you're not logged in, you're watching not the telly. I do that sometimes, but please just go on your phone or log in and give me a subscription, because when you do that, it means nothing for you. It's very easy, but it just motivates me a little bit more. If I know I've got people watching, then I will put more effort in. Basically, I put out what I get back. So generally, sometimes I only do one video a week. We've got lots of stuff planned for this week already. I'm going on Goldtooth Gaming's channel on Tuesday with Ali at 16 Bits and Bobs for a live stream, which will be a lot of relaxed fun, a lot of banter in that. But like this week, where I've had lots of interaction and people talking to me, I know a lot of people are watching, so I've been putting out a lot of videos in the past 2 to 3 weeks, generally a video every other day. So yeah, make sure you give me a subscribe if you can. I really appreciate it. If not, don't worry about it. No drama. Anyway, I'm Scott from Marathon Gaming. See you guys soon for another video, and make sure you stay hydrated in this hot weather. Alright? I'm Mario. And I am the Hedgehog. And today, with this... I'm fast as fuck, boy!